Greetings guys and welcome to another what you can say update video or patch notes video. In this video I will be talking to you about the new patch released by Valve yesterday, which was the 6.88 gameplay update patch, and I will be talking about the heroes which are buffed and nerfed significantly in this patch, and some items are also buffed such as Dragon Lance. I will talk to you that in a minute. So let's go. First of all, we have the Abada Mist Coil cost point reduced from 0.452 to 35. I don't see it making that much of a difference, changing the points from 0.10 seconds, reducing the cost point from 0.10 seconds. I mean, it in some scenario it is good, but I don't see Valve making changing these would make much difference in playing Abaddon. Animage Mana Void mini stun duration increased from 0.15 to 0.3, so whole 0.15 duration increase in the Mana Void mini stun. Arc Warden has been buffed slightly, Flux cooldown reduced from 20 to 18, Tempest double duration increased from 14 seconds to 16 seconds at the max level. Tempest double cooldown reduced from it's quite good at what you can say first and second level of the ultimate. The third level remains the same 30, but I don't know that will make any difference in matchmaking because Arc Warden is just never picked, and they nerfed that the Divine Rapier now cannot be used on the illusion, so it's quite it's less possibility that Arc Warden is going to be getting played in the pub matches. Not anymore, I guess. But Bane Sap cooldown reduced 14 to 11. Pretty good buff to Bane, I guess. You can cast Brain Sap pretty good, like quite often right now, and Brain Sap is 300 pure damage at max level. It's quite a good ability to use. Beastmaster, I don't really care, but Primal Roar damage reduced from 200, 250, 200 to 150, 225 and 300. So level 1 it's quite bad, 50 reduced damage. Bloodseeker is buffed, very buffed. Rapture damage increased from 20, 40, 60 to 26, 42 and 60. So level 1 Rupture is so good now, because previously level 1 Rupture was like you can just run away from out of the blood right range, so you can prevent yourself from getting silenced. But now it's very hard because the 6% buff is like really good for, and also they reduced the cooldown of Blood White from 30, 25, 20, 15 to 25, 21, 17 and 13. So 2-second cooldown reduce at all levels, I guess. Bounty pretty nerfed. Bounty Hunter track self gold reduced from 170, 260, 350 to 150, 250 and 350. So level 1 track now provides less gold, so it will make that makes sense, because when you get track and you get kills, the bounty was really getting powerful because you get so much gold early game, and Valve has to prevent that, so they reduced the level 1 bounty gold, self gold of Bounty Hunter. Beastmaster, I don't know because I never play Beastmaster, but Brewmaster, sorry. Brewmaster Earth attack range increased from, I don't know what it is, so please just read this out. I don't play Brewmaster at all. Because I'm suck at the micromanagement and I don't know how to play that hero. But Centaur double edge cooldown reduced, and Centaur strength gain increased from 3.8 to 4. So Centaur is now really tanky late game, and also with synergizing that with the return damage, having more HP is really good. Chaos Knight Phantasm cooldown reduced from 140 to 130, so you can cast Phantasm quite often. Not quite often, still has a 130-second cooldown, but reducing the Phantasm cooldown was a good idea. Kling's attack range increased, so Kling's more buffed than he is right now. Attack range increased from 630 to 640, so he has now more 10 attack range. Clockwork Rocket Flare radius increased from 575 to 600. Power cost point improved from 0.3 to 0.2, so you can the cog animation is now much quicker rather than it used to be in the past. Power cog radius increased from 200 to 215, so cogs are like more spread across the AoE. 215 AoE, that's good. Crystal Maiden Crystal Nova radius increased 400 to 425. 25 AoE radius increased, and Frostbite cast range increased from 500 to 525. So overall buff to Crystal Maiden. Death Prophet quite nerfed. Spirit Siphon base health drain reduced from 25 to 16, so total of 9 now what you can say, 9 points reduced in the Spirit Siphon base drain, because that Prophet was so overpowered in the majors as well, and in the pubs that Prophet is quite played and quite overpowered, so they nerfed it. Disruptor, Static Storm, Silence no longer lingers for 0.5 seconds after the duration is over. So this is quite interesting, because when the duration was over, you still get silenced for 0.5 seconds. Now that's not happening anymore because Valve removed it, and now it's like as soon as the ultimate is over, the silence is over. So that's really good. Doom cooldown increased, Doom slightly nerfed. I don't think 5 seconds make that difference, but still nerf to Doom. Doom cooldown increased from 140 to 145. Draw Ranger turn rate improved because okay, so this makes sense, because when you are running away from the enemies and you have to silence them, so Drow's turn rate was low, so she has to take turn and then cast her gust. But now the gust is casted more faster because the turn rate is improved, so that's very good by Valve. And Frost Arrow's slow increased from 15, 30, 45, 60 to 16, 32, 48 and 64. So overall slight buff to Drow. Earthshaker, Echo Slam radius increased. I mean, come on Valve, come on, not Valve, Ice Group, giving Earthshaker a silly scepter and also increasing the radius of the Echo Slam. Isn't that just a bit of a ridiculous, I guess, but still okay. So Enigma, huge buff. Black hole damage is from magical to pure, and pierce spell immunity. But previously what used to happen, that they get sucked into the black hole, the BKB guys, but they didn't apply any damage to them. But also now they get sucked, and as well as applied, the damage is applied, but they reduced the black hole damage by buffing the magical to pure and pierces immunity, but they take away the damage of the black hole, significantly reducing it from level 1 and level 3, because they reduced 55, 110, 165 to 50, 100 and 150. So buffing one thing and nerfing another, I think it's pretty balanced to me. Our Spirit, I don't care. Magnetize cooldown increased from 80 to 100, 90 and 80, so level 1 magnetizes longer duration. Gyrocopter, Scepter, Side Gunner attack interval was improved from 1.4 to 1.2. Okay, so I don't think this was a good idea, because the Gyrocopter Scepter is not very good, and I tried it once in a game, but I did not like that. It's just a complete waste of time. The global ultimate was really good, but they added the gunner attack, side gunner attack, but I don't think 1.4 to 1.2, but nobody is gonna get a scepter on Gyrocopter, because that's just not happening. You can get so much more item value out of the money that you can have, like a Satanic or a Butterfly rather than Magnums. So Invoker, Sword Spirit damage decreased, so Forge Spirits are nerfed for Invoker. Jakiro, Ice Path duration increased from 1.4, 1.8, 2.2 to 1.5, 2 and 2.5. So it just affects the level 2 and level 3 and level 4. Keep Out the Light, Chakra Magic cooldown reduced, and intelligence increased from 22 to 25. So base int has been increased for Keeper of the Light. Kunkka, Trojan slow duration increased from 1234 to 1.75, 2.5 to 3.25 and 4. So first two levels are affected of Trojan slow for Kunkka, and Tidebringer bonus damage increased. Oh, so that's pretty huge. It's like level 1 is quite the same, but at level 8 15 bonus damage to Tidebringer is really good. I mean, we obviously max out Tidebringer and Kunkka when we play it, but 15 increased damage at max level is quite good. Legion Commander, overwhelming odds, damage per hero increased. So it's like when there are more heroes, it will do more damage, significantly more damage. 15 damage again increased at the max level, but this is quite interesting. 10 damage increased at level 3 and 5 damage increase at level 2, and level 1 remains the same. And Movement of Courage cooldown reduced from 2.6 to 1.4, 0.8 to 2.3, 1.8, 1.3 and 0.8. So level 4 remains the same, and it's only buffed level 1 and level 2. So a slight buff to Legion Commander as well. Lich has pretty buffed. Scepter cooldown, sorry, not the Scepter cooldown. Scepter now improves Chain Frost slow from 30 to 50%, and Ice Armor attack speed now slows from 20 to 30, and it matches the movement speed. So that's really good. Life Stealer base attack time increased from 1.7 to 1.85. Okay, there, because Life Stealer was pretty popular in the meta and in the Manila majors as well. So there's just, I guess the heroes which are popular in the majors are buffed, nerfed. I don't know what it is, but attack time of Life Stealer is increased. Lina, Dragon Slave cooldown reduced from 0.85 to 8.5 to 8. So they removed the 0.5 cooldown. Luna, Lucent Beam stun duration increased from 0.6 to 0.8. Movement speed. Okay, so that's really fucked up. Luna already has 230 movement speed without boots. So, and that's like Invoker has 230 movement speed with boots, but Luna has that, and they also buffed that. So Luna is like fucking race car in early game, and when you get boots, you get like 385 movement speed on her. So that's Luna will be like super hard to kill in the early game because she's so fast. So that's a really good buff to Luna, I guess. Magnus, Empower Cleave radius increased from 200 to 225, so added another 25 AoE to the Empower Cleave radius. Strength gain increased from 2.75 to 2.9. Really good buff to Magnus as well. Medusa, intelligence gain increased from 1.85 to 2.1, so I think it's quite a good buff to Medusa, because Medusa is kind of a hero who needs stats a lot, but if you are getting some intelligence, like if you buy a Skadi, you get how much intelligence? 25 all attributes, right? So 25 into 20, you get, how much mana do you get? I don't know, based on the int, but it's quite complicated to calculate. But you get more mana when you buy stat items on Medusa, so that's really good for her, because her mana shield, it's like you basically get more HP when you get more mana. So Medusa is pretty buffed. Meepo, geostrike damage per second increased, but I don't care, nobody plays Meepo these days except for Viha or Miracle, so hats off to those guys who play Meepo, but we don't play Meepo in the pub matches, so let's go. Morphling, hybrid cooldown reduced from 70 to 60. Agility gain increased from 3.4 to 3.7, so buff to the Morphling slightly. Nagasaran, strength gain increased from 2.0 to 2.5. Nagasaran gets more tanky in the late game, that's the meaning of this. Necrophos, Heartstopper range reduced. Okay, so Necrophos is quite buffed. Sorry, buffed and nerfed as well, because the Heartstopper range was ridiculously overpowered. It was like 1200, now it's 900. So 300 AoE reduced of Heartstopper aura, so you can farm pretty safely without getting affected by the Heartstopper aura in a safe lane. Let's say if you are playing off lane Necrophos and you want to harass with your Heartstopper aura, so that's not gonna happen in this patch because the range is quite low. Nyx Assassin, movement speed increased from 300 to 205, not so much special there. Ogre Magi, ignite mana cost reduced, and multicast interval increased from 2.4 to 0.5. Okay, I guess quite decent Ogre Magi. It's quite tanky as well, but not as that popular in the current meta. Omni Knight, strength increased from 20 plus 2.65 to 22 plus 2.8. So base strength of the Omni Knight is increased, as well as the strength gain is also increased from 2.65 to 2.8. So really good buff to Omni Knight. I don't know, strength heroes has gained many buff these patch, because they just get more tanky in the late game and they're difficult to kill. So that's really good for them. Audi, it's kind of buffed because he was nerfed pretty bad in the previous patch, but Essential mana bonus increased from 75, so level 1 is a pretty good bonus. 75 to 125 is quite a huge jump, and 300 to 350 is not like that much. I mean, getting 100 mana, I think 100 it is 25, yeah, 100 mana on the level 1 instead of 50 mana at level 4. So level 1 is hugely buffed by Ice Proc because 75 to 125 is a huge jump. And Arcane Orb Intelligence Steel duration increased from 360, so 10-second increased duration on the Intelligence Orb. Intelligence Steel, my bad. Oracle 2-point Flame cast range increased. Again, Oracle has been buffed. Okay, now this is huge. Phantom Strike can now be targeted by Lumineers. So it was like this. When Phantom Assassin jumps on you with a Blink Strike, you just BKB and run away. And if you are faster than PA just not gonna catch you. But and in this patch now, as Phantom Strike can target spell immune targets, and that's really good. So PA can keep chasing the BKB heroes. Like let's say Sven, if Sven is faster because of his Warcry, I think Warcry it is, yes. So PA jumps on a Sven. In the previous patch, what happens? PA jumps on a Sven, Sven's cast Warcry and stun PA and then run away, or might cast a BKB. But now this patch, PA can catch a Sven with his Phantom Strike because it now presses BKB. That's really good. So Phoenix nerfed, Sunray base damage reduced because Sunray was quite overpowered, and it reduced from 15, 20, 25, 30 to 10, 15, 20, 25. But nerf to Sven, not Sven, Phoenix, my bad. Pudge is buffed quite a lot. Reward slow increased from 27 to 30. So that's how it goes down. You buy an Orb of Venom, you take Rod, and just the movement speed. Let's say if you're in the mid lane and Invoker is there, Invoker already has 295 movement speed, I think 290 or 295, something like that, and you cast hit Invoker, it gets slowed by Orb of Venom. You cast Rot and he just completely stops. I think that's really good. And also the Dismember cooldown reduced from 30 to 30, 25 and 20. So level 16 Pudge is dangerous. That's what it means. Okay, Pudge buffed, Pugna also buffed. Intelligence growth increased from 4 to 4.5. I think it has the highest growth increase in the entire game, like 4.5. I don't see any hero who has 4.5 strength gain, agility gain or intelligence gain. Only Pugna has, I think. So that was really good. And Nether Blast cooldown reduced from 5.5 to 5. I don't know, Pugna has been buffed because it's not played that much, and I think Icerock thought that by buffing the hero he might get played in the pub matches more often. I don't know, but these buffs seems pretty reasonable for me because 4.5 you can cast your spells a lot and has a lot reduced cooldowns. So we don't know, Pugna might be get picked in the pub matches. Razor, Eye of the Storm, damage per strike increased, so Razor buffed slightly. Ricky, Smoke Screen, mana cost increased to 90 all the way from first level to last level. So Ricky buff, nerfed slightly. Sandy King, episodic cooldown reduced from 140, 120, 100, 200. So level 1 and level 2 are buffed. Level 3 remains the same. And strength increased from 21 to 20. So 1 base strength gain increased for Sun King. Shadow Demon, Disruption Illusion increased duration from 6, 8 to 10, 12 to 8, 10, 12, 20. So 2 second increased on all levels of the disruption illusions. That's quite good. Shadow Fiend movement speed increased from 305 to 310. And next to Mastery Max, so they just rearranged the souls of the Necromastery. So level 1 gets now 18 souls, level 2 24, level 3 30, and level 4 max 36 as usual. Shadow Shaman, Mass Serpent Ward splash duration increased from 75 to 100%. So that's really good, I guess, but I've never played Aghanim's Shadow Shaman in this patch right now because I've never got a chance to play it. Mass Serpent Ward attack damage increased from 40, 45, 45, 60, 70, 45, 40, 45, 60. Okay, so buff on the highest level, like the level 16 ultimate. Silencer agility gain increased, so more armor, more attack speed to the Silencer. Scarlet Mage concussive short impact AoE increased from 200 to 250, so 50 AoE added to the concussive shot, really good. Slaughter movement speed reduced from 295 to 290 because he already has sprint, so you do not need the base movement speed to, what you can say, be effective in a team fight or in a laning stage because he already has sprint, so that makes sense. Slark power, okay, so this is huge nerf to Slark because pounds damage reduced from 50, 100, 150, 200 to 40, 80, 120 and 160. So what the fuck? I don't know if it is effective to max pounds in this patch because 40 reduced damage on the max level pumps. So that's really bad, because I will get much rather dark pact rather than pounce, or I can put one extra point in the ascent shift because of the stat steal, rather than scaling pounce this patch now, because it's nerfed quite bad. Level 1 doesn't make any difference, like 10 damage in the early game doesn't seem that much, but in the late game, like in the mid game, 200 to 160, that's huge nerf. So I would rather get 1 point in the essence shift or max dark pact. So Slark has been pretty nerfed. Sniper again buffed. Shrapnel damage increased from 60 to 75 at max level, and 45 to 55 in the mid level. Level 1 remains the same. Spirit Breaker, Dread Bash increased damage from 22, 28, 34, 42, 22, 30, 38, and 46. Quite good. So as you get more movement speed, the Dread Bash does more damage. So that's it. Storm Spirit Overload damage increased from 30, 50, 70, 90 to 40, 60, 80, 100. So 10 damage increase on all levels, and also they would increase the overload radius. So Storm pretty buffed in the mid lane, because now it does more overload AoE, so the hero in the mid lane has more chances to get hit by the overload. TA Psyblades split width increased from 68 to 75, and Sonic Trap movement speed increased from 50, movement slow increased from 50 to 60%. And slight buff to TA, I like that quite a lot. I played here a lot. Turblade, Conjuring Image mana cost reduced, Conjure Image duration increased. So it's interesting, because Turblade is kind of a carry which really relies on stats, and because he has such low HP but has armor, but spamming Conjure Image is really good, because the mana cost is decreased. Mana cost is decreased, and the cooldown, the duration is increased, so that's really good for Turblade, I guess. Tiny Toss cooldown reduced from 9 to 8, nothing special there, slight buff to Tiny. Tree, okay, so this is retarded. T already has 90 damage in the level 1, and they add plus 6 bonus damage on top of that. And if you buy 6 gauntlets of strength, I think that gives you like 3 strength, you get 18 damage. So Treant can do 120 or 115 damage at level 1. I mean, that's retarded. That's completely bullshit. So Valve didn't have to do that, because but Tree also has low armor, so I don't know why Icerock did that, because if they increase the base armor by 6, that would have been reasonable, because already Tree has base damage like 90 or something like that, but adding base 6 damage on top of that was retarded. I don't know why they did that. But Troll quite nerfed. Berserker Rage no longer provides 100 health bonus. Strength increased. It's like I don't know, buffed and nerfed at the same time, but Berserker Rage no longer provides 100 health, but they also increase the strength, because this doesn't provide health, but they increase the base strength, so that means you have more HP. So that makes sense to me. Berserker's Rage armor bonus increased. Berserker's Rage base attack time improved. Ranged whirling axis travel distance increased from 945 to 100. So 55 AoE increase for Berserker's ranged whirling axis. Undying. Intelligence gains increased, so more mana to work with. Decay cast range increased from 625 to 650, 25 AoE added. And decay duration is also increased, so Undying has pretty buffed. Ursa, Pure Sight debuff duration increased, and base HP region has increased. Slight buff to Ursa, I don't see that making quite difference to me, but it's okay. Venomancer, intelligence increased from 15 to base int increased from 15 to 17, and in-gain increased from 1.75 to 1.8, quite good. Plague Ward's damage also increased, but I don't play Venomancer that often, and I don't think increasing the Plague Ward damage will do. I think it's good for pushing, but it's quite good. So this is where the shit gets real. Viper Strike Scepter cooldown reduced from 12 to 10. I mean, what the fuck? It was already overpowered at 12 seconds. Like, you can cast at least 2 Viper Strikes in a team fight and take 2 heroes completely out of the fight, but now you can cast at least 3. If the fight lasts longer, you can cast 3 Viper Strikes, which is I think 300 to 400 damage nuke. and it slows quite a lot, like up to the 100 movement speed. And also the Viper, what you can say, the poison touch or the poison attack no longer ignores the, what you can say, the unique attack modifier, so you can just stop the enemy at their face, like right there. So reducing the what you can say, increasing the scepter cooldown of the Viper Strike was pretty fucked up. And also on top of that, icing on the sugar, or sugar on the, what do you can say, strength gain also increased from 1.9 to 2.1. So that fucker also gets tanky. And Viper wasn't tanky enough to kill in the first place. They also added the strength bonus to it. That was really bad. Visage, I don't know Visage, but Great Clipper's Cloak, armor bonus per layer increased. So it's like Visage is more hard to kill. And Gravekeeper's Cloak magic resistance bonus per layer also increased. That again, Visage is hard to kill. Why Wintercast cooldown reduced from 90 to 80, and so we'll be doing water. I'm quite thirsty while talking. Warlock golem HP increased from 900, 1200, 1500 to 18, 900, 1350 to 1800. So overall up to the Warlock golem, and fatal bonds no longer get reduced by damage block. Okay, so this is good because when you cast your fatal bonds on the enemy, and if they're quite low, but if you cast it on the creep, let's say you have a stout shield and you are getting casted, you're getting cast by the, what is that, the fatal bonds, and the Warlock hitting creeps, so you don't take any damage because that is blocked by the stout shield. But now it is not blocked by the stout shield. It gets through the damage block, so that's really good. Beaver base damage increased by 2. I don't see any reason to not do that because Beaver has quite less base damage in the early game. Okay, so Wind Ranger cooldown reduced from 15 to 14, 1 second cooldown reduced. Tether movement speed bonus reduced from 14, 15, 16, 17 to 13, 14, 15, 16%. Wisp slightly nerfed. Wraith King, Wraith Fire Blast damage increased over time, 15, 30, 40, 50, 20, 35, 50 and 65. So 15 damage increased at max level. And also Zeus Arc Lightning cooldown reduced from 1.75 to 1.6. So I don't know what are they doing here, but if you see the Luna, they're doing like when you have 0.75, like something after the point, they are evening that up to 1.6, so it's easy to do the math on the hero. Like Lena, like 8.5 to 8, and there was something 1.735 to 1.7 or 1.6 or 1.8. So they're evening the numbers so that it's easy to do the math on the heroes. So that's, thank you Ice Block, thank you for that. So let's go to the items. Amulet recipe cost increase from 500 to 550 because Amulet is very buffed in this patch, but they have to upgrade the cost of the recipe because it is such a cheap and effective item. So that makes sense to me. Blackthorn critical strike multiplier increased from 1.35 to 1.45 because it has because I think it makes sense because the Blackthorn has such a high cost and it's very situational on some carries. So if you get that item, you should get the reward for that high cost. So the multiplier is increased from 3.1 to 1.45, so that makes sense to me. Butterfly buff, agility again increased from 30 to 35, so more armor and more attack speed, more damage. That's good. Crimson Guard cooldown reduced from 50 to 46, so you can cast it more often. Okay, Dragon Lance is the fucked up shit. Dragon Lance, strength and agility reduced from 15 to 14, so 1 strength and agility we don't care, but attack range bonus increased from 130 to 140. So if you buy Dragon Lance on Klinks, so Klinks already has a 640 attack speed, so he gets 780 attack speed. I mean, that's ridiculous. Come on, man. Dragon Lance was already pretty buffed. It's a quite a good item, and it's also transitions to the Hurricane Pike. So Hurricane Pike also gives you it's down below. So Hurricane Pike is more fucked up than Dragon Lance. So what it does, it increases the attack range from 130 to 140, same as the Dragon Lance, but active now grants 100 attack speed, for 4 attacks and provides on the target. So now that's really good, because you cast on a silencer already has attack speed because based on the int, and if carry silencer gets a hurricane pike, it also adds 100 attack speed to him. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. Come on, Ice Frog. I think hurricane pike is very, very situational. I mean, Draw can be very benefited from this because again increases the range, and Clinks is very overpowered by the hurricane pike because the searing arrows provide attack speed, and on top of that you add the 100 attack speed from the hurricane pike for 4 seconds, the 4 attacks. I mean, good luck dealing with that. That's really what you can say, powerful and buffed items. So we are quite at the end. Roll of Atos cooldown reduced from 12 to 10. You can cast it more often. And Smoke of Deceit now has a 1 second cooldown use. I don't quite get that. I have to try that in game, because when it activates, or it delays the activation, or it is after the activation, to prevent accidental uses. I mean, I get that if you pop the smoke, you don't have to double click it, you just have to click it one time. So I think it's like when you press the button of smoke, after the 1 second delay it casts the smoke, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's for the patch notes of 6.88. please let me know in the comments what you think of this new patch, and please, if you like the video, please share it with your friends, subscribe for more DOTA and CSU content, and I'm out.